Hello and welcome to a TSL Talk. We've been very lucky that Adam Smith has joined us off his deathbed. Adam, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, mate, and good to see you. Never let the truth get in the way of the real story a while away, but anyway.
Yes, well, it was a very serious waxing accident, but it's good to see you here with us again, and you got to see Lauderdale and North Hobart in the slush at North Hobart Oval.
Yeah, it was a throwback to the old days, wasn't it, with the weather. Not much of a game in terms of skill. It was more just grab the ball and kick it forward, and North Hobart prevailed and, really set themselves up for a big couple of weeks. They should make finals now.
Such an important game. Bellerive was vacant at the time. We always know that that's in good use, and the competition always says they want to use the best grounds. Should the game have been transferred over there?
Oh, look, yes and no. I guess if you want to use the best grounds and they're available, then probably you should say, yeah, it should have been moved. Bellerive has good draining. It's obviously a cricket oval. But again, North Hobart obviously wouldn't have wanted to take the game away from their own turf, and if it had been down at Lauderdale and the conditions were the same, well, they probably would have done the same thing. I reckon they wouldn't have complained too much, and in the end it just came down to the fact that in those conditions you need a bit of luck, bit of things to go your way, and it all went North Hobart's way early, and Lauderdale were never really in the game.
It was a massive win for North Hobart. It's 4 out of 5 and Launceston now, and they're a game clear in fourth. Yeah,
they're they've really turned the corner under Springer. We all know how good a coach he is and what he can do, and he's obviously revitalised the group, and the addition of Kenny Hall coming back certainly helped. He put a best on ground performance, and they're up and about, and I think they're looking good for now that 4th, 5th spot.
It's just conditions made for Kenny. He's such a strong man. He was always going to dominate in that type of style of play.
Absolutely, yeah. And look, they used him a bit differently. He wasn't in the middle as often as I thought he might have been. They sort of used him to kick behind the play and sort of setting up across half back, and I guess that sort of worked in their favour as well. Every time Lauderdale went forward, he was the rock that sort of held them together.
Does it mean much for Lauderdale? I mean, obviously it was a crucial game, but given the conditions, was it a bit of a reality check for them?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, you can't really take too much away from in a game like that. I mean, it literally is. The first 5 out of the first 5 goals that North Hobart kicked, 4 of them were from free kicks from the umpires, 2 50-metre penalties. So, Darren Winter wasn't overly disappointed at the end of the game. Yes, they didn't handle the conditions well, but you're not going to get anything out from a game like that. So they'll just go back and prepare for this week.
And good news for South Lonnie, they're going to avoid their first wooden spoon in the 3 years of the TSL after they beat Devonport quite comfortably on Saturday.
Yeah, look, this is good. It is good for the league. We've given them a bit of a clip all year, and they've come out and they've knocked off Devonport twice now and Hobart once, and you'd think that being 2 games clear from the bottom of the ladder, they'll be safe. So I don't know. It's obviously maybe they are heading in the right direction.
Yeah, and you look in their best players, obviously Mitch Thorpe kicked 4 goals and was very important for them, but some of their best were Michael Musica, Dylan Riley, Josh McKenzie and Jay Blackberry, all these kids that have come through the Mariners, so maybe their investment in youth is paying off. Yeah, well, we all sort of tipped them to be, a team on the rise in the next couple of years, and John McKenzie probably won't be there if he gets drafted, but the rest of the young kids are, and if they can hang on to them and add a couple of senior bodies, in the next couple of years, well, maybe they might move up the ladder like we're all hoping they can. And we saw our first grand final completed on the weekend with Clarence winning the women's game in the mud at North Hobart over Sprayton.
Yeah, look, I didn't go out there to see it myself, but it looks like there was some, some wild celebrations at the end of it with a few rowdy fans getting out in between it. But AFL Taz have really pumped up the women's league this year, and it looks like it's been a good concept. And Clarence proved too strong. They went through undefeated, and it's the 3rd flag in 4 years, so no doubt the men will be looking to emulate them as well later on.
It's becoming a bit of a tradition for a few of the supporters to get their kid off in a bit of a streak at the end of the game.
Yeah, very brave if you ask me. It was wet, it was muddy, it was cold, and I know I wouldn't be doing it, but they braved it. They might have had a few drinks under their belt to do it, but good on them, and I'm sure the fans that went out to watch it would have been treated to an interesting sight.
And just a quick one looking forward, massive game on Friday night, Glenorchy, North Hobart, under lights at KG5.
Yeah, this is. It's a big game. Every week seems to be a big game now for those teams floating around the bottom of the ladder. Glenorchy coming off that massive win against Clarence, North Hobart in the mud. They'll have a light week. They met 5-6 weeks ago in Lance's first game in charge, and they knocked off Glenorchy, so that'll be a big game.
Adam, thanks very much for your thoughts, and remember, for all your TSL stories, pick up your copy of the Mercury or go to the Mercury online.